Hi, it's Alison Canavan, and today we're going to talk all about natural makeup and making the switch. And I'm delighted to be joined by Dervla Brennan from Colour Caramel. Hello, Dervla.
Hello, Alison.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Now, we're going to talk about a couple of things. One is my pet peeve, which I know we've talked about before, which is people wearing too much makeup. So less really is more. And then we're going to move on and we're going to talk about why you would make the switch to a more natural makeup brand and the benefits. But let's start with less is more. Why do people, especially young girls in Ireland, wear far too much makeup?
It's education. They're not educated when they're teenagers, when they're coming into makeup. They want to cover skin, spots, freckles, whatever.
So do you think it's a confidence issue in there that they just carry on through?
Big time, but then nobody actually teaches them how to apply for the complexion. It's the biggest mistake we make. It's too heavy. There's a difference in skin tone. They'll put on too much bronzers and things that lead us into contouring and issues of the area of too much contouring.
And that's another thing, like having been in the fashion industry for over half my life, I think contouring is fantastic for photography, for high definition photography. But really there's a part of me that feels it should be left there in the studio, because what you tend to see is young girls with, you know, the makeup starts to separate. And I don't know if you've seen these videos where they're applying very, very heavy layers of makeup and they're really hiding their own beauty and hiding their own natural complexion. This can't be good for the skin either.
It's definitely not. It's putting on too many layers. I mean, we're not lit up by backlights all the time. You can't wear that contouring look confidently or attractively all day because the skin will start to perspire, oils start to separate the makeup, just like you said. It catches in hair, it's not a good look at all.
So ease up on the contouring. Less is definitely more, which leads us on to probably why we should be looking at using a natural makeup. Now, I have to say, the first question and the first concern I had when I was looking into moving into a more natural makeup brand was, will it work? Will it really work for me? Is it going to do the job I need? Is it going to have coverage? Is the pigment going to be strong enough? You know, we all know about the health benefits of eating well, but what are the benefits of switching to a more natural makeup brand?
Well, the idea of a company like Colour Caramel is it's an all-rounder. They're for respect of the environment, respect of animals, sustainability, and organic ingredients. These ingredients are mainly vegetable oils. They use a lot of pigments from plants, minerals, and then the vegetable oils, which will have hydrating effect. They keep moisture locked into the skin. They're nourishing.
So there's a skin health issue here as well.
And even from using them myself, I would have problematic skin. It can be very temperamental, and using Colour Caramel now, having cleaned out my makeup bag for a natural cosmetic, my skin is much less congested, much better, heals more quickly if spots break out and things like that. But the main aspect of the product would be that, like you were asking, yes, it can compare and go beyond any other.
And I'm wearing it today, and we use it for videos. I've used it on photo shoots. I've worn it on TV here. So I've kind of proved it to myself now, I suppose, that it does work. But it's brilliant for everyday living and everyday life. And I have to admit as well, I could sometimes, even though it's one of my rules is to never sleep in your makeup, but the odd time maybe over the Christmas period, if you do happen to sleep in it, I didn't feel as guilty the next day because it's natural.
It won't congest your skin as much, but try not to.
Try not to do that, yes.
Yeah, at least you won't have the spider lashes, and it'll be easy to remove when you cleanse.
And that's a couple of the things I want to talk about. Two of my favourite products are the foundation and the mascara. I am a mascara snob. I like to have the best mascara that lengthens, that makes your lashes full. And I was really surprised at the pigment in the mascara from Colour Caramel. It really does what it says on the tin. It really lengthens those eyelashes as well. And what I also find is that when I tend to take my mascara off in the evening, it irritates my eyes because I do have a problem with certain chemicals, and I have no problem with this mascara.
No, it melts. It literally just melts off the skin. Once you apply your oils, bit of water, your cotton pads, just melts off the skin. And I would notice for myself, because I'd be prone to shadows sometimes under the eyes, since switching to organic black mascaras, eyeliners, pencils, there's far less shadows because they can gather in the tissues under the skin, those carbon black pigments and everything that aren't, they're synthetic, so they gather, so much clearer complexion.
So somebody's looking at us now and they're thinking, okay, I might make the switch to a more natural makeup brand, but where am I going to start? What would your first bit of advice be?
Has to be complexion. Get it correct. Visit your Colour Caramel outlet. talk to the makeup artist there and get the complexion right. So when you're applying the makeup, it should be applied on the face, through the jawline and onto the neck, so that you can see that it matches, because often the facial
So not
skin
on the
tone
back
is
of the
different.
hand like people
No.
very often do, and you
No.
see them in the beauty
No.
counter. So
No.
you need
Not
to
at
actually
all.
put it on the face.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea would be to go in with no makeup on, so you can really
Exactly.
match it up
Yeah.
properly to your skin tone.
Because I've seen girls at counters put it on over a client's makeup, and I
yes.
mean that's absolutely
Yeah.
pointless. So you need to match it to the skin tone.
So maybe start with the base,
Yes.
see if you're happy, and then you can always build on your makeup collection. But colourcaramel.ie, and that's where people can start there and make
Exactly.
an appointment. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for being
Not
with me
at all.
today. Thanks,
Thank you.
Dervla.